One nation after Trump guided prospectus lives desperate and not yet deported AJ at 101 East Main Street, Lions Park, across the street, Mayor's house. Mr. AJ H. Dane Jr., Norman J. St. Thomas E. Maine. You know, man, you never will be a man. This is quote unquote by Mr. Bursty Dan, page 311, and Mr. Venezuela, page 97, and also Vatican, Richard, and that's Richard, and also Dylan, Father Richard, and Mr. Bernard Paul, voter, fraud claims, whatnot, etc. But this is the House of Representatives, and this is Dylan and Father Richard, quote unquote. This is, there never have been presidents such as widespread alarm, lack of commitment, institutions, self-government norms, the crimes requires the need of basic acknowledgement. Government works have never present profound basic competency into college capacity, most challenged political office in the world. And we're going to have a supporting topic in 21 stars, 21 gun salute, and this is by Congress 1930. This is the New Deal legislation by Democrats joined Republicans bloc. Franklin Roosevelt attempted in large Supreme Court Republican majority in 1947-48, fiercely opposed by most Harry Truman. This is a speech by Richard, Father Tom, Father Richard, Father Dylan at Catholic Church in Kennewick, Washington, Kennewick High School. And this is publicly by the strong Democratic majority Congress 1930 voted sweeping New Deal legislation. Too many Democrats joined Republican bloc Franklin Roosevelt attempt on March before we cut the hands off at Pasco Church of Catholic Church. Cut the hands off that statue and took the King statue down. Now, the Democrats joined public Franklin Roosevelt attempt to enlarge the Supreme Court Republicans in majority in 1947 and 48. Figures opposed was Harry Truman's gin letting onto his famous campaign in 48. Against the nothing Republicans in Congress, but the Congress joined the Truman to enact Marshall Plan. As well, the historic rug is from Ronald Reagan and the four direction north, east, south, north, east and west, north and south. This is the same rug. Now, no nothing Republican Congress, but the same Congress joined the Truman enactment Marshall Plan. The well-historic and to this point least enduring recognize the national security apparatus that created National Security Council made easier correspondent defense foreign policy. Most Democrats in Reagan opposed the national plans / government cuts, tax cuts. Conservative Democrats provided enough votes for Reagan to enact a large package. The subsequent years, Democrats bargained with him in attack combat. Burlogging deficit in his program produced staff and starve further spending cuts. The parties uncertain of the more popular shaped island of Ajmer Singh began in the 1960s. The South Ridley London Johnson commitment to civil rights status moved to gradually a GOP most important power center in England West Coast. Democrats trained replies in the 1990s became pronounced after 2008. Now popularized encouraging the policy, the CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program, the S-CHIP, covered by 90 million children in 2016. Senator Ted Kennedy, that'd be the population of I-90. For every half hour, there's at least 2 million population that flows on I-90 every half hour. Senators Ted Kennedy of Massachusetts, faithfully current Senator Art Hatch from Utah. Over 4 decades in Congress from 1975 and 2000, Representative Henry William Waxman, a liberal common company and country Republicans, including Reagan, results groundbreaking policy, healthcare, environment. Waxman conducted investigation Bush administration corporate public residence Tom Davis in Virginia. That would be Davis High School and Bravo Military Base in Yakima Nation. The norms in the say an elaborate language of respect, distinguished cloudly toward fellowship and legislation often seems placed during particular name and nationals databases. Lead a misunderstanding in 1960s. The House Speaker John McCormick, as the temples and also the bodies were removed, Bravo base, faces leverage and they pull the heads off and the bodies off so they can track the records and down. It's all good. Massachusetts expressed a certain behavior, Republican flowers saying, hold distinguished in general public in minimum high regard. Members of opposing parties are both their adversaries, dangerous enemies, sweet respect. And the Gingrich, Congress in 79 determined National Congress elects conviction victors and voters of Washington. Dreadful corruption, improvement over status quo. Oh, that's nice, huh? The FBI Director James Comey appointed national law enforcement to present in 2013. Trump's decision violated long-standing radiation. 10-year terms been instructed. Contracts signed. Saturday Night Massacre starts. Nixon orders to have independent special prosecutor, Mr. Charlie Cox. He's dead and he's still fighting. Still trying to kill him. Pick this book up. And read the quote. Checkout was December 27, 2018, 5:53 p.m. and 1 second. Title was Henley Typhoon, short story of the animal, epic story of untold rescue. 94.5459, Duray 2007. Material book due January 17, 2019, Valley Forge. 973.3, Duray 2008. Material book January 17, 2008. Items 2. In 1776, 18 months after signing the Declaration, there was 12,000 members of American by the Continental Army staggered into small Pennsylvania increment 23 miles, and British are coming to Philadelphia. The starving, the half-naked force, relying on a string of diminished defeats by King George III. The army, barely equipped to survive, comes winter. Commander-in-Chief focuses on the force George Washington, lowest ebb of his military career. Continental Congress exile American Revolution appears to be lost. Let's go to page 101. And that'd be Mid-Columbia Library, 101 East Main Street, Thurlow, Washington. And there should be a passage, paragraph 2. Here it is. First paragraph is Dear early December, the news surrender. Second paragraph, Washington could well imagine the news of Saratoga, the play in Paris. They would learn the months of North started during town engagement influence of French. He was further certain of one thing, bangling up into the troops, condition conduct major offensive against Philadelphia. Personally, journeyed in city edge of view British defense. John Lawrence, who company observation party described the letter of his father, redoubts of her disrespect, faced with planking at Cimaron 5 INC in the banquet party hall restaurant with embedded wedding ring embedded into the floor. 4 bedded degrees would be the diving board from Cal Poly University from Amtrak, convoy, military access unit, and gold and silver at station have been removed from the Twin Towers into Donald Trump's office. The city's edge of British defense, Lawrence accompanied observation party describes him letter to his father, redoubts of her respectful prophet faced in the blanking. Forbiddenly raised, and between them and best, usually strong. French engineer Colbert d'Auberteau dedicated by his Washington, that having Continental Army doubted strength would break the enemy's wraps, Young's laurels. His equally direct telling father of attack city would constitute madness. Brigham Young University, Utah.